Hello, I want to show you how to use the new JSON add update properties action type that is available in the marketplace as of today. First, let's go to the marketplace. Make sure you have that installed. Go to marketplace.bildr.com and find the instructions there. Yeah, I already looked it up, but when you go into the marketplace, you have all action types, and you can type JSON and it will provide you with the JSON add or update property. Into the details and click the add action type to this project button. That's done. Now we can start using it in this project. So let's add a page, and on that page let's have a button. There we go. And we are going to attach a flow to the click event. Let's create a new one to build some JSON. So let's call it build JSON. Create. Now I've set up a structure that I want to build. This is the structure that I want to start building for the JSON. So it's a name, an address. Let's keep that lowercase. It can be capital, but lower is more normal. Street with a street and a city, and we have some Twitter accounts with JSON objects inside of an array. I think this will show you all the possibilities with this this new action type. So let's start building. Add update. Here it is. Add it to the flow. And then first we need to create a variable. It's a regular way of working in Bildr to have stuff in a variable. So on the current page we want a person variable, and then the path. Now that was name first, and my name, let's use that, is Jeroen. So this creates basically the first item, the first property in the object. So on the variable person we create a path, the property name, and we give it a value Jeroen. So let's have a look. Let's set up the URL routing for this page. New page, done, and let's preview it. So there's the button. Let's click the button and let's inspect the variables. We can do that here. If you like to have this in your setup as well, go to the Chrome store and search for Bildr, and you will find the Bildr developer tools, and it's actually an extension to your Chrome developer tools. So it's easy to inspect the current variables. So now we see this variable person with the name Jeroen. So that's one. Let's start adding the address as well. So it's on the same variable. We want to have an address, and I don't have to do anything special here. I can just go ahead and type address.street and address. I always do that wrong. In Dutch it's like this, but in English it's like this, I think. Yeah, and street. So, and let's call that the main street, whatever. So again, go to the page, do a refresh, click the button and inspect the source. There we go. There's person, and you see that it's created a address property with a street property inside, which is also set to the correct value. Now let's do that also for the city. And the city of Amsterdam, of course, the main capital of the Netherlands. City of Amsterdam. Let's refresh again. Click and inspect. And here we go. We have a complete address object created as well. So now let's see the Twitter accounts. Yeah, first maybe I want to show you how you can change this object. So let's say that we got this person object from Xano or from the data collections inside Bildr, but we have a object and we want to basically change that city. Duplicate this, to not be Amsterdam, but be Utrecht. That's the city I live in. So yeah, so person, address, city, and Utrecht. So we first set it to Amsterdam, which is basically not necessary, but this is the build-up of that original JSON, and that JSON is something that we want to change. So this is what we want to address. Let's refresh it. Click the button and inspect. And we already see that the address city is changed to Utrecht. So this makes it really simple to change JSON objects in a hierarchy, so that you need a property underneath a property underneath a property that you can easily change this way. You need to go property object by object if this would be in an array, but for a simple JSON object it's like this. It's simple like this. And if it's in an array, yeah, there's another action type on the marketplace as well that helps you iterate a array with JSON objects, and you can go JSON object by JSON object and change those as well. Maybe I'll show that in the next video. So let's move on. Let's remove this item here. We don't need it. We understand how it works, and let's duplicate this one, and let's start working on that Twitter accounts, Twitter_accounts. And we have a special function to create or to push objects into an array, and that's the push action, just like it is available in the path functions or in regular JavaScript. Let's do some curly brackets, and I'm going to create that object here. So there was a name, and there was a at Jeroen, and that's my Twitter handle. So this is creating a valid JSON object. You can type it in here. You can also use the concatenate to type partially and get your values from a variable or from an element type, or you can get it from an element type or a variable that you have already set. Data collections are available. Well, basically anything you can use to set this value and to assign it to a property in your object. So for now, this should create an array with one item in it with my Twitter handle. Let's refresh. Let's push that button and let's inspect it. And here we see that there is a Twitter account. It's created an array with one item, Jeroen Vermenen, in there. So let's add another one. Let's duplicate this one and let's do no code NL, which is not a Twitter handle that I have. Let's refresh it, push the button, inspect, and we see both are added now. So there's another function available. If I want to have that no code NL as the first entry added instead of the last entry added, what the push does, we can also use the unshift function. And this one function will add the item in here to the top of the array. So let's refresh, click the button, inspect, and we see in the Twitter accounts that no code NL is on top. So that's cool. There's also this option to merge arrays together. So if we have two other items, but for instance we have them in a different variable, then we want those two items to merge into this accounts array. So let's set that situation up. Let's set it up. I'm going to duplicate this one again, but I'm going to add that to other Twitter accounts. And I want to basically have that in the root. So I'm going to push to this variable two items. I have one here, so let's whatever, Bildr HQ. Let's add that one, and I'm going to duplicate this one again, and let's also add scan my shirt. That's another site that I'm running. Scan my shirt. Yeah, so now I have two. Let's see. I have nothing merged yet, but let's check if that array comes out correctly. Press the button, inspect, and yes, we have two variables now, person and another Twitter account with an array for the other items. Now let's merge those two. So let's duplicate this one on person, duplicate, and here the path is that on the Twitter accounts I want to concatenate. So that's another function, concat, and the variable, that's the other Twitter account. Let's make that plural. No, let's keep it single, otherwise I have to change everything. The other Twitter account variable. So this is it. So the special function here is concat. So it will concatenate the items in the current array of the Twitter accounts with the array that I push here. Let's refresh the page. Click on the button, inspect, and the variables. We still have that other variable, but let's look inside of person, Twitter accounts, and here we find the concatenated array. So we added successfully these items to that array. So that makes it also easy to manipulate stuff inside arrays, and you can actually, you can actually also change stuff in there. So let's say I want to change or maybe even add something to this one, and we can use the dot notation for that. Let's see, we're in the last one here, this one. Let's duplicate it in here. Let's make some change to the first item, that's the 0, and then let's say that we want to change the name. Set this back to text. Let's make this, do we have more? Unix, whatever, that's not a proper handle, but anyway, it is fun. So let's see, that should change that value as well. Click on the button, inspect again, opening it up. Exciting times. Yep, the first one is now changed into Unix. So you can actually also manipulate items, JSON objects inside an array quite easily this way. So that's it. I think these are the functionalities available in the new action type that is published on the marketplace. So enjoy using, and if you have feedback, let me know.